Hello and welcome. In this explainer, we're going to architect the system for something that, let's be honest, every biotech leader is wrestling with right now. And that's how to build real, actual influence in a market that's just so incredibly crowded, especially now, in the era of AI. Okay, let's jump right in.
So here's the fundamental problem we're all facing. The signal, it's just getting completely lost in the noise. You know what I'm talking about. There's an absolute fire hose of content out there, but so much of it is just generic stuff, and it's simply not connecting with the people who actually matter. And this really gets to the heart of it. Companies just can't hide behind what the source material calls SEO-flavored mush anymore. You know, that generic, SEO-driven content that doesn't really have a point of view. Your audiences, we're talking investors, partners, top talent, they're demanding so much more. They want clarity, they want to see a personality, and more than anything, they need to feel trust. It's about communicating with real purpose, not just yelling into the void and hoping someone hears you.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question we're going to tackle. In this absolute sea of digital noise, how does your company stop being just another part of the problem and actually become the signal, the one that people tune into?
While the solution is, believe it or not, surprisingly human. It's not about fancier AI or more automation. Nope. Your single most powerful tool for cutting through all that clutter is an authentic, strategic executive voice. The executive needs to become the hub.
Now, this idea of the hub of influence is really interesting when you think about it. The executive's voice isn't just for some stuffy corporate announcement. It becomes the central point of contact. We're talking direct, unfiltered communication with every single high-value stakeholder you have: investors, scientists, talent, journalists, even patients. And you know, this whole shift is really only possible because the media landscape has been completely turned on its head. Think about the old way, right? Traditional media was like a locked gate. It was slow and you had to wait for some gatekeeper to hopefully grant you permission. But today, with direct channels, that highway is just wide open. Your influence can compound way, way faster, and your message goes out completely unfiltered. You don't have to ask for permission to speak directly to your market anymore.
Okay, so that's the what. How do you actually do this? Well, the modern playbook kicks off with a really simple but powerful idea. You have to lead with substance over polish. This is the new formula for building genuine trust and authority.
And let's just be blunt about it. The old rules of what it means to have executive presence, they're completely dead. That stiff, overly polished corporate speak thing, it just doesn't build trust anymore. In fact, it does the opposite.
And look, this isn't just a gut feeling, it's backed up. Like Sylvia Ann Hewlett wrote in Harvard Business Review just this year, modern presence is all about authenticity, not what she calls performative polish. It's the leaders who have a clear, commanding, but totally genuine persona who are the ones that actually cultivate real trust.
So here's the bottom line. The modern executive advantage comes from leading with substance, period. It's about building trust by sharing a clear, confident perspective, your unique point of view. And you have to remember, the media landscape today rewards iteration and just getting out there, not waiting around for everything to be perfect.
And what about AI in all this? Oh, you should absolutely use it. But, and this is a big but, use it to amplify your unique thinking, not to replace it. AI is an incredible tool for enhancing your ideas, but it's only powerful if you have something specific, human, and valuable to say in the first place. All right, let's build on that with the second part of the playbook. And this is crucial. You have to understand that this is a long game. Building a powerful narrative that actually sticks, it's a compounding process that takes time and a whole lot of consistency.
This timeline here does a great job of setting some realistic expectations. After about 6 months of solid work, you should have your foundational content out there. By the 1-year mark, you'll start to see some real traction, getting feedback, and then by about 18 months of consistent effort, that's when you can really become recognized as a genuine authority in your space.
Now, the approach itself has to be strategic. It all starts with really, truly understanding your audience. Step 2 is to spark their curiosity by talking about a tension or a problem that they're really feeling. And then you educate them with data-backed ideas and insights that, frankly, only your company can provide. And you have to be prepared for the journey, because growth is never that perfect straight line we all wish for. The real path, it requires constant testing, measuring what's actually working, and then using those performance metrics to refine and tweak your strategy. It's a dynamic, ongoing process of improvement.
So you might be asking, why go through all this trouble? Let's talk about the payoff. This is where we connect owning your narrative directly to tangible, bottom-line business results. This is all about turning that influence into real, measurable impact.
So owning your narrative gives you critical leverage in two of the most important areas for any biotech company, period. First, it de-risks the adoption of your technology, and second, it directly helps increase your company's valuation.
Let's just break that down a bit more. First, you de-risk adoption for your customers. How? By establishing the standard for what good even looks like in your field. That gives buyers the confidence they need to choose you. And second, you increase valuation because investors absolutely reward companies that own a big picture narrative, something much bigger than just a single product. It turns your whole roadmap into real credibility.
But what's really powerful here is the long-term view. I mean, think about it. Products will change, regulations are going to shift, technologies will eventually become commodities. The one thing that survives all of that, the one asset that truly future-proofs your relevance, is owning your narrative. So when you boil it all down, the ultimate goal is this: to transform your company from being just another vendor out there in the market into the essential reference point for your entire industry.
And that leaves us with one final and I think critical question for you to think about. As you move forward from this, you really need to ask yourself, what is the narrative that only you and only your company can truly own?